Welcome to the NewKind Good News series, where we share positive pregnancy stories from our program to give you better hope and clarity. So our first couple with the positive pregnancy news is Sneha and Venkat. Sneha is about 29 years of age and Venkat is about 30, and they've been trying to conceive for over 2 years now. Sneha has low AMH of 1.1. She had mild PCOD and painful periods, and also claims to have low egg quality. Venkat's has low motility of about 30%, abnormal DFI at about 27%, and he also has oligozoospermia of 9 million. And they joined our program in June, and they conceived, we got the news that they conceived on August 1st. So what was the protocol that was set for them in the program?
So first of all, our first thoughts when Sneha and Venkat came to us is that they're very young. They had already been trying for 2 years and been struggling to conceive. So, and when they had come to us, we only had Sneha's reports. So none of Venkat's tests were done yet, and they hadn't really gotten the standardized testing. So the first things that we suggested was that we want to make sure that we test Venkat's parameters as well. And within the first days itself, they were very cooperative. They went and got the testing done. Once they got the testing done is when we also noticed that there is low motility, low sperm count, and the DFI is also high. DFI basically DNA Fragmentation Index. So these three sometimes go together when there is overall oxidative stress in his body. So oxidative stress can be due to if somebody is a smoker or a drinker. This can cause oxidative stress, but Venkat was doing none of these things. But oxidative stress on the sperm membrane can actually damage it. So when we started finding out more about their lifestyle, we realized that they had a lot of nutrient deficiencies in their diet. So very low protein consumption, heavy carb consumption, as is done in the south. So a lot of white rice and not enough micronutrients also. And when we even got their test results back for their vitamin levels, both of them were deficient in vitamin D and vitamin B12. So pollution is also another thing that can actually cause oxidative stress on the sperm membrane. So the first things that we did for Venkat was, of course, get his tests reviewed by Dr. Rahul. So Dr. Rahul immediately suggested the correct medication and supplements that he had to take for his conditions, which he was going to be on for 3 months. Then after that, the nutritionist created a very, very strong diet for him, which was easy for him to follow because we did stick to a lot of the South Indian meals, but we made sure that he had the right protein consumption. So he was barely eating about 20, because they're vegetarians, he was barely eating about 25 grams of protein in a day when his requirement was around 110. So we increased, the paneer consumption, added a protein shake, added dals, added a lot of rajma, chole, a wide variety of protein-rich foods. So to take care of his nutrient deficiencies, he was started on vitamins, which was vitamin D and vitamin B12, a 12-week course to take care of that. And apart from that, we made him join our weekly stress sessions, which can again really impact your sperm parameters, along with daily yoga, which was suggested for both of them. Because since Sneha had mild PCOD, where her periods were very irregular, yoga asanas is something that can really, really help. So, and of course, because her AMH was around 1.1, Dr. Shilpi also did suggest a supplement particularly for that, along with her regular prenatals. So they started on this regimen in about June, and at their monthly check-ins also they were losing weight, their BMI was getting better, they said they were feeling lighter, healthier, and at the end of the 2.5 months, when after we got their positive pregnancy report and we checked the parameters again, his DFI had actually dropped from 27% to 17% just within 2 months. So for anybody who doesn't know what DFI is, the DNA Fragmentation Index can indicate how much percent of the DNA is damaged due to oxidative stress, due to other metrics. So we brought that percentage of damaged DNA from 27% to 17% just in 2 months. So all of these things together had a huge impact. So it's not really one thing that we can point towards, since their case was a little more complicated. but because they were young, they were healthy, they just needed that push in the right direction to get their fertility back on track. And within 2 months, they conceived.
A lot of times when the wife has PCOD, the husband doesn't get tested because they assume that the entire problem is around PCOD.
Correct.
So I'm very glad that they were cooperative enough to get all the tests done.
Absolutely.
Now, just to end the series, I will just read out the message that we got from them when they realized that they got the positive pregnancy test.
Wonderful.
Sneha sent me this message saying, firstly, heartfelt thanks to Dr. Shilpi ma'am and the NewKind team for their extraordinary guidance and natural way of getting pregnant. We were trying to conceive since 2 years and then reached out to Shilpi ma'am. She found out the root cause of our infertility and then told us to go for a natural conception. I conceived within 2 months of joining this fertility program. Yoga with Shivali ma'am training helped a lot, and the team helped solving doubts with immediate response. Dr. Shilpi and Dr. Rahul's Q&A sessions helped to go in the right direction. Those who are trying to conceive, it's a best choice to join with Dr. Shilpi and team. And this is the positive pregnancy picture that we got.
Amazing.